welcome back to Content World. This is your girl, Mo Money, Chiefs Production. We're here today with the creative director of Street Execs, Howard Ross. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Yo, I'm doing good, doing lovely. So I met him one time. A friend of mine said, hey, let's go shoot at Street Execs. I'm like, I'm not even a photographer. What you mean take a picture? And then on top of that, take a picture of the owner who doesn't even have an Instagram. I'm like, okay, let's do it. But ask them they got a photographer here though. And that's how I met Ross. So we ended up finding Ross. Ross, you know, he came, helped me out because I was new to the game anyway with photography, but still was playing my camera. So appreciate that little help.
Oh, yeah,
Even I don't know if you knew.
No problem. We all work together creatively.
Yeah. Oh, that's the only way we're gonna really make it work, bro. So let's just hop on into it. So I did do my research on you. Okay. So I want to start from the beginning. We'll work our way through. Right. So you had said in elementary you had projects that went to the museum. First, you are an artist.
Yeah, I am.
So you draw. Yeah. You've been drawing for years.
Yeah, that's how I've always been drawing my whole life. The museum thing was like my elementary school. We had, I guess it was a competition amongst students. I can't remember what grade it was in. It was probably like 4th grade. Okay. And I built like a diorama. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a building structure. And from there, it got placed in a museum downtown Washington, D.C. We had the big showing and all that shit. But I always remember that as my first moment of being an artist. Like, damn, like, that's pretty cool.
Oh, man. And what grade? How old were you?
I was young. It was elementary school, so it had to be, I say anywhere from the 3rd to 6th grade, in between those time periods.
How did you feel, like, at that age? Was that even meant anything to you?
No, I mean, you a kid, you doing what you like to do. It's like finger painting, you know what I'm saying? You just doing it, having fun. It so happened it was good, it got selected.
Out of how many people though?
I mean, it probably was a classroom full, so not a lot, probably like what, 15 kids or so.
So was that like the aha moment? Like, okay, I should go into this. This is it. This is what I should do.
Back and seeing like the first moment when I was like, damn, I probably could have did this, but it never was no, I can do this. It was like, this what I do. Like, I came out as an artist. Like, my father, he did a little bit of art. With me, that was always like my passion. Like, no matter what, I was gonna be an artist. I didn't know what field, what I was gonna do with it, but I was always gonna be creative or do something along those lines. What
type of art did your dad do?
Just drawing and stuff. He wanted to be an architect.
Okay.
But he went into the construction side of things.
Okay.
So he did construction.
Okay. Cool. Big ups to Pops doing this thing that inspires your boy. Look at him now.
Jeans.
So then let's fast forward a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk about your art scholarship.
Okay.
Columbus, Ohio. Is that where you from? Ohio?
No, I'm from D.C. I'm from Washington, D.C.
Do you know D.C. Don Juan?
D.C. Don Juan, not personally.
Okay. He's an artist. I just interviewed him yesterday. He shot QCP birthday.
Okay.
With Hannah. You know them?
I know Hannah.
I know you know Hannah. Come on. But anyway, so from D.C., go to Columbus for the art scholarship.
In D.C., I had moved to Maryland after being in D.C. I was kind of knucklehead. I got in trouble a lot.
Okay.
So my 11th grade year, my aunt shipped me to Ohio to live with my uncle, I guess for structure or whatever. But Ohio was different than D.C. So when I went in D.C., I was failing kind of. Like I would have got held back. But I went there, not only was I on track, I was kind of ahead. So what I did for my electives, I took like 2 art classes.
Okay.
And my art teacher liked me so much, he took me on a one-man field trip to Columbus, to a school that he wanted to go to for art. And I ended up getting a $40,000 scholarship off that trip. And I wanted to be a football player. That's what I was thinking I was going to do.
Yeah.
But I wasn't getting no scholarship for that shit, so.
What position?
I played receiver and safety.
Sometimes
linebacker.
He was like, this ain't for me.
I like it. I wanted to do it, but it's like, shit. They offering to give me money. Like, I was going to go to Cincinnati to play football. Okay. I would have been a walk-on. I wasn't getting no money.
You didn't get any scholarships from football. Nah. At least it's smart that you went with, hey.
And I love art. Like I said, that's always what I do anyway.
So about the school, what's the name of the school?
Columbus College of Art Design.
How was that for you? Coming from D.C., Ohio?
It was different.
Was that your first time out of the state, like living? Because you living there now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
4 years?
The year before it, my 12th grade year kind of warmed me up for it because I got shipped to Cincinnati to live with my uncle. So that was already new for me. Like, coming from where I was from, going to there, it was way different. and then going to Columbus where, you know, like my roommates were white and stuff like that. I didn't have as much as that back home, but it was cool. Like, it definitely was an experience that I never forget, and I think it grew me for a lot of the stuff that I do now. It gave me my independence because shit, I was out there on my own, but I kind of always been like that though.
So you moved up there with your uncle. It was just y'all two, or
Nah,
did he have
a wife and kid?
Okay.
And but when I went to college, it was like 2 hours away, so I wasn't seeing them when I went to school. When I went to college, I was pretty much on my own. After that, I went back to DC. Like, I didn't really go back to Cincinnati. I was in Columbus.
Okay. So.
But our school, I know I ain't answered the question.
Let's talk about how was it?
Because
I've never been to our school.
Yeah.
So I want to know what's that really.
It's different. It's like, it's really focused around art, like the academic side of it. I ain't gonna say it wasn't there, but it's like if you go in a history class, you learn about the history of art. You're not learning about other things. Like our math class was called math. Like, that part isn't important, but we were having these dope classes where, like, I would have 8-hour sessions where we paint new models and stuff like that.
Wow.
So it's way different from normal stuff, but
fun.
It was what I, you know what I'm saying? It's what I love to do, so it was like natural. Like every class was learning something. Typography class, we had to draw our type. Like, it was just really getting into everything of art. So it was just opened me up for this.
Did you come in being a beast already?
Nah, I ain't gonna say I was a beast. I was always good enough. I'll say that, because I mean, it's always more talented people when you out there in the field. Like, but I did good. I never was bad. Like, I got good grades and shit like that. But my problem, I think, was I've always been a good technician, but I never had like that extra. Like, it was kids that I went to school with, like, doing stuff with vans and stuff like that because they had their own style. And people brought them to, but I don't think I have a style.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Man, I can only imagine being in art school. Like,
it was cool. It was different, but it was cool.
Still normal party lifestyle. So you did enjoy it. Do you still like have friends from there till this day? Connect anybody like in the industry doing something on your level? But I know you just said it good.
Yeah, a lot of them, like, some people I went to school with work on like Marvel films and stuff like that. Yeah, like,
from Columbus? We're gonna get the scared. We're gonna get the scared.
I'm scared, but no, some people in Columbus that I've definitely stayed with, in contact with, it's more on the fine art side of things. Like my guy Marshall, he got this dope thing called the Creative Control Fest. And it's like just gathering creatives in Ohio together, and they do all type of dope things. So I know that's something that stuck out to me when I saw it online, because he had this shirt. I should have wore it. Creatives Hustle Harder.
Hey.
Yeah, that shit was just dope. I kind of delved more into what they had going on, and I was like, all right, that's pretty dope.
Shoot, might tap into them. I got to. What's his IG?
I get it. I think it's Marshall Shorts Creates.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that's right, but I think that's it.
Okay. That's big. And now you went to skate. So you graduated art, did your thing in art school, and now went back to DC. So what made you come to Atlanta?
Up here. Trying to think how it all happened, because so many things happened at that time. I had lost my aunt.
Oh, man.
It was like my mother. She raised me, because my mother died when I was young. So I had went back to DC shortly, but there was a lot going on, and I ended up in North Carolina with a girlfriend. I don't know what I had going on. But at that time, I kept reaching out to SCAD in Atlanta and try to get in places, and I wasn't really getting accepted. But I thought I wasn't getting accepted. I wasn't receiving my acceptance letters. They weren't coming to the right address.
Wow.
So I got that. Like, as soon as I got it, I was gone. Like, I went to Atlanta down there the next day.
Oh, for real?
I
Okay.
signed up for SCAD. Really, the reason I came is I've always, like I said, Columbus College of Art and Design was a fine art school. But my final year there, I delved into video a little bit, and I liked it. So I was like, damn, I need to learn more about video. So I came to SCAD for visual effects. That visual effects program was pretty good. Like, I wanted to learn After Effects and Maya and all that shit. So I went there. That's how I ended up at SCAD, and I got my master's in visual effects from there.
You said you went to Columbus for undergrad in illustration?
Illustration, yeah, I did illustration. Just because I could draw, I guess I just picked a major. I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. I got out of school, did a couple of children's books, and was like, like, this ain't.
How'd they do?
I mean, they were cool, but it wasn't nothing that I wanted to do. Like,
Okay.
I don't know, the video stuff kind of stood out to me. It's like, I don't know, it just had more life than art.
Got you. More connection than you was getting from the book. I got that. So, as you in SCAD, you talked about there's a lot of creators there as well.
Yes,
so,
SCAD.
You know, people moving here from different, it's hard for them to get on. Like, you really have to know people. You coming into SCAD, many connections there, I'm assuming.
Yeah. If I would have played it right, I've always been bad at networking, but SCAD definitely has connections.
Because you were saying in one previous interview that you were doing, that's really what got you into video production, and that's how you met Sud.
Well, I knew, actually, I'm glad I touched on the Carolina. I met Sud in Carolina when I was doing that little stint there, because my girlfriend went to Greensboro University.
Yeah.
And Sud was at that time, he was in Carolina doing this thing as a DJ, and the group he was with was called Nap's Crew. They had a whole bunch of rappers and stuff, and I was their video guy. Like, we was doing reality shows back before we even knew what reality shows was, for real. Like, we go look at them shits, like, I was recording everything they was doing. They had, like, a little mini mansion.
Yeah.
Everybody would come out there, we vibe out, record it, put it online, and that's when I met Sud, and Sud is really the reason I ended up here at Street Execs.
Okay, so y'all linked, you showed him his stuff, like, how did it actually go down? Like,
actually, I ain't gonna lie, the first time Sud bought me Street Execs, he bought me the Owl, and Owl really wasn't fucking with me. Like,
what?
he kind of was like, oh, okay, you go to SCAD, you do video, cool. You know what I'm saying?
He
I went back
chill.
to school and did my thing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think anything of it. It just so happened somebody else I met had an artist that I was working kind of closely with, Taj Mahal, and they needed a photo shoot, and they came to my house. So Al ends up walking in like, oh, shit, I know you. And at the same time, they were having some problems with, I ain't gonna say problems, but they were looking for a cameraman for Travis Porter. And he was like, shit, I'm going to LA this weekend for the BET Awards, can you come be Travis cameraman? So I did that, and that's how I really started being around the street. Like, I was Travis Porter's cameraman.
Yeah, that's dope, because, I mean, Travis Porter, that was the beginning of Street Execs, if I'm not mistaken.
I won't say the beginning, but as an artist management, yeah.
Yeah,
That's when
I'll say that.
part of it. Yeah.
I'll say that for sure. And so since 2009?
That's when I came.
Because so you've been with Travis Porter from the beginning, because 2009 was their first
I won't say the
mixtape.
I caught the tail end of it. Like, I worked on Money Music Magnums and all of that stuff, but Make It Rain was already out.
Oh.
Like, I wasn't there when they did all that. I was
Gotcha.
kind of on the tail end of it, but I was on tour with them for like Make It Rain and all that stuff. But I wasn't there when they made the songs and shit like that.
Got you.
But after that, we had a long run. Like, I gotta salute Travis Porter. I saw the world because of Travis Porter. Anyway.
Yeah, big ups to Travie. I rock with the Money Music Madam. Definitely rock with that. It was kind of cool that you was a part of that project.
Yeah.
So what was you did the cover for it?
I did the cover for
in the
part
music
2,
video.
Colorful Money. He's a great creator. Like, super respect him. He did the cover art for that. I was just on the video side of things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the studio with him, like, coming up with the trailer for the tape and stuff like that.
Got
So
you.
the first part, I just was strictly video. I didn't even touch graphics.
Okay. But then y'all was on the road and they needed a graphic designer. Is that when you started?
Yeah, that's when that, I forgot what cover it was, but I was just fucking around. Like, they was looking for cover art, and I was like, shit, I could do something. They're like, all right, whatever, nigga. So, but I did something. It wasn't great, but it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I won't lie, I ain't the best graphic designer, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't then, I'm better now.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was like, I'm just gonna try it. I like being creative, why not? But I didn't even know how to use Photoshop all the way. It's just a little bit of stuff I learned from school. Because I was an illustrator, like, I didn't really use computers as much. Cause, you know, I'm kind of old, so I was in the wave of when computers came around at first. You know, I was all hand.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Man, you gotta put that on there.
Okay.
You look young. Whether you was older, but you look young. I wouldn't have predicted that for sure. So in the transport, you on the road, you're doing the daily vlogs. So you one man band at this time. This is you.
Yeah.
So, and this is your first time out on the road with a major artist.
Yeah, I didn't even know none of that was gonna happen. That wasn't my dreams. Like, I wanted to work on movies and stuff at first.
Got you. Oh, I feel you. So I have a little bit of your experience working with Snoop. That's 2 Chainz's business partner, and she's busy. It's a lot we can get, a lot we can capture, and I had to really figure it out with the storage. I'm talking about just keeping everything organized.
Oh, yeah.
So, but with your level of organization has to be out of this world because we're not on tour. It's not a day-to-day situation. I can go home at 2 or 3 hours of kicking it a day, go home, blah. No, y'all are together for what, a month or so?
At that time, no, because I was still in school. Like, I was their cameraman when I was in my master's program. The reason I stopped traveling with Travis Porter was they had a tour with Matt Miller. I think it was like a straight 30 days I would have had to been gone. It was like the same time as finals. So I had to finish school, and that's when I kind of fell back. And Al kind of opened arms, was like, well, you know, we fuck with you. You know, you can't be on the road. You can come by the office, and we'll find a way to work you in. And that's kind of how I got, like, full-time over there.
That's love. Shout out to Al. I don't know if he's going to see this, but that should be good to stay here.
I'll make sure he sees it.
So about that, though, because you was given an ultimatum, really. Life gave you an ultimatum. You can go ahead and go be on road with Travis Porter and Mac Miller. And as calm as you sitting, talking about it, it's crazy to be like, you know, I just went and went back to school, which was an excellent decision. Don't get me wrong, it was a great decision because it was right for you, it made sense. Yeah. But most people, they going to get that bag.
Shit, they spent that bag on school. That ain't cheap. But it was, I mean, it never ended. Like, them boys been here every day. Like, they're still my guys. Like, we worked after that. It just for that period of time I had to go ahead and finish school. Like, that's what I came to Atlanta for.
So no peer pressure to, hey man, just, you know, put weight to go back. You just go on the road with us 30 days. You can finish later.
In order for me to graduate school, I had to complete an internship. They were my internship to finish school. Like, it was, school was always my plan. Like, I had to get that done. Like, that's what I came here for. And what I did with them, I feel like it opened doors for me, and our relationship didn't stop there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't work on that tour.
I think there was a lot of respect for you too, because it's like, you could have went on tour with them and said forget school, but you were like, no, I'm finishing school. I
had set goals.
Yeah.
I had to get that done.
So I know Al, as smart as he is, I know he picked that up. Like, okay, I mess with dude. He on this stuff. He responsible, and that's important.
10 years since that.
Yeah, y'all, you been here for a minute. You been here for a minute for sure. So let's hop back into what's your method? Just explain your first experience going on the road, getting all that footage, and like, how do you keep up with it? How are you editing the videos alongside still capturing content important with taking pictures at the same time? I'm sure you taking photography, or no? You just did.
I wasn't really doing the pictures back then. Okay. It was more vlog stuff. But for me, it was fun because, like, I'm going to school 7 days out of the week. I'm doing these, I ain't gonna say boring assignments, but I'm doing these assignments, and then I get to go take what I learned at SCAD and go work on these Travi projects. So it was, like, fun for me. Like, shit, I get off the road, I'm down there chopping that shit up. Then and there, like, getting it done. You gotta stay on top of it. Like, you can't like, the only thing about it, in which it's so great they got Instagram, but it makes it hard for videographers just because everything's so, gotta have it right now. So, like, I had to chop that shit up on the road. Like, by the time I got back to school, all that shit was done. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't, like, I don't know. And then the organization, it wasn't hard for me. I can't even remember what camera I had back then. I'm trying to think. I think I might have had a 7D.
What was even your equipment?
Just a 7D and a light.
How many batteries?
Shit, probably 2.
2?
Yeah. The cameras wasn't as, I ain't gonna say it's bad, but like, they held their battery a little bit better than the ones today. Dope.
Yeah,
I think that's all I had, if I can remember correctly.
What about storing your content? What advice would you give people who's having heavy content at one given time?
I mean, storing it, always get externals. I like glyphs to back up everything on, because if they fail, they'll get you your stuff back.
A glyph?
Glyph hard drive. They use them in studios. I don't think they got one just here. But glyphs are like audio. They're meant for audio studios. Okay. But they have a warranty behind them that if you lose your projects or if it crashes, they'll get it back for you. So that's why I've always liked those. Like, if I'm going to store down 10 gigabytes of stuff, I get a glyph to put everything on there. But I use the small drives for each project.
Okay.
Man, if I showed y'all how much hard drives I had, like, I got them upstairs. Like, I'll show y'all.
We're gonna see. Yeah, I would like for you to give us a tour, and I want to see it.
Drives for days.
Boy, he got a closet full.
Yeah, I still got Travi footage.
All of it. Is that something that's unique as well? Because most people know to do that. A lot of people don't know to keep the footage.
I probably still got it all backed up on 2 drives.
Dang.
You gotta back it up. You don't want to lose work.
Yeah.
You lose work, you're going to lose work.
Say that again, bro. So have you had them hit you back? Like, hey, we need this from such and such year ago.
I've had people do that.
So you never had that. So you knew this from the jump. Like, you ain't had no situation like, dang, man, I should have kept their footage. From now on, I'm keeping everybody footage.
I look like a hoarder, I think. Just kept on. Like, anything creatively, I probably still got that shit. Like,
yeah.
I just keep on to it. And then y'all want to be, like, you never know what happened. Like, you may have did a video with a nigga 20 years ago that ended up being the best rapper alive, and they want to do a documentary, and they come to you like, hey, we got this check. You got some footage? Okay.
So that's important. That's important. Keep your footage. Yeah, you just never know.
I keep everything.
Yeah, I'm keeping everything or more organized. Like, do you use Google Drive or Dropbox? Any online?
Talk too much shit about Google Drive. I don't like Google Drive for some reason. I just had bad experience, but I'm Dropbox. I love Dropbox because to me it's just like a Mac computer. Like.
Oh, okay. Okay, you got the Mac.
So, yeah. But organization to me kind of came. I guess it was drilled into me at SCAD. Like, that's one of the things they preach. If you get a job and you don't know how to name your files correctly or, know the file structures, then you will get fired ASAP. And that's what they always told us as a visual artist going in, because I don't know if you know about visual arts or visual effects. It's like, say you're working on a Spider-Man movie or something, and you're just responsible for rendering this part, but you name it wrong. And the next person who's trying to do their job can't find your part. Like, that's a big problem on a multi-million-dollar project. So
for sure.
That always stuck with me. It's just like, I can find all my files because I know how they named.
How do you name?
It depends on what the project is.
Okay.
Lately, I've been doing, like, if it's cover art, I'll put cover, then who it is, then the project, and then the number on it, like variation numbers, because I always have different variations to each project.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I do mine.
So that's good advice, just in case to keep track of your storage. Definitely title, because I definitely do that too. Yeah. I try to put a category, label a category, and just put things specifically, but it's the best way I can.
Yeah, it's hard to do sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, like, because like working here, so many different entities, so many different artists, like, I may get 4 or 5 things thrown at me at the same time, and I may forget where I saved some, so it's like, it's definitely good to have that already drilled in there, so it's like, it's not even a thought, you're just doing it.
How do you handle that though now? So let's jump to the day where they throwing you everything now.
Yeah.
So how have you come and where you are, where's Howard Ross at right now?
Still
one-man band?
To a certain extent. I ain't gonna say I'm a one-man band because I'm straight execs. We got a team, so we always do things together.
For sure.
I'm more on the creative side of things, and on that side I don't have as many people under me, but when I do projects I always like outsource because I look for people that I've seen their work and that I like and I know will work good with me. I kind of reach out to those people, but I haven't been able to get a team for some reason. Like, I've been wanting one, but it just hasn't happened. But we in Atlanta, everybody hungry. Like, something that I've learned in Atlanta, like, what that I've experienced with trying to grow my team, is like, people will come around, they'll work with you for a day or two. Then they'll go, it's a lot going on here. So they'll go work with another director, and then another director, and another director, which is cool because you got to get out, you got to get experience, which I understand.
Okay.
But it's hard for me to build a team because, like, shit, if I get people I'm really rocking with, we going to rock. Like, when we get them $100,000 budgets, like, that's what I'm going to rock with. When we get the $5,000 budget, that's what I'm going to rock with. Like, that, I've been trying to build that. It hasn't happened. So there's people that I really respect their work. When I get them budgets, that's what I go to.
Got you. Okay. Have you ever had, so you tried it. What's the most you had?
I did. I ain't gonna lie. Now I think about it. Collaboratively, I came from a team as a director. When I got my directing break, I was with a group called the Stupid Geniuses. It's me, Vic Supreme, and Orbit did it. And basically, we were 3 directors. 3 creatives, all of us did everything, all of us did graphics, all of us did photography, all of us shot, we edited. Okay. So,
and how many was it on the team?
It was 3.
3 people.
And each one of us knew enough about everything to kind of do it. Like, we didn't have one person that was a set lighter, or one person that was a set DP, or it's like, it switched up every video.
Okay.
It's like, I had the video, like, we did a lot of bankroll fresh stuff. That's really how we got our break. So it's like, I got this idea for this bankroll video, so I'm gonna direct this one.
Okay.
You're gonna DP it, or but you gonna do lights. or Orbit got an idea, so I'm gonna do something else. So we always switched, and I think that just
kept the creativeness going.
Like we used to put up the sets, like we weren't writing treatments that much back then. Like, we should just like if you go look at Macro videos, I think we probably shot like at least 10 videos on his street.
Yeah, you know it. You already know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like we just come up with the ideas on set. Sometimes, I mean, we did have treatments too, but sometimes we just show up, come up with ideas between the three of us, and just rock out.
Man, that's dope, especially on the spot. So that's good that you're so experienced that you can do it on the spot.
And those guys are too. Like I respect those guys a lot. Like to this day, whenever I get photography jobs, I always book Vic. Like I think Vic is the best photographer in Atlanta.
Big shout out to Vic.
Big heart.
You have to holler at Vic. You have to put up his Instagram, IG. You said him in there. He must be good because you said him in the last interview.
Yeah. That's because at the time I was working on World's project. Yeah. And like that World project, I hired Vic.
Okay.
I could take the pictures myself.
Yeah.
But why not get somebody better than me?
You smart. You humble. You don't have no like ego about you. You respect, like you demand respect, but it's kind of like, hey.
I don't think I got a reason to have no ego. I ain't done that yet.
Humble man. So it's good to the world. Now that you brought it up, Royal, Schoolie. I mean, Schoolie been around for a long time, but Street Execs, you have a younger crew now.
Yep.
So how is that going?
It's going good. It's a lot of learning experience. So really, what the young guys are, they're all signed to True, which is 2 Chainz label. So
yeah, shout out to 2 Chainz.
It's Hot Locked In, Sleepy Rose, World, Schoolie, and he has a great producer by the name of Papito too.
Yeah, he big. Yeah, shout out to Big Papito.
But it's just young energy, bringing it in. It's been great working with him, like just getting out. Right now, we're currently working on Sleepy's project. We just shot a video the other day, titled "The Dinner," produced by Papito, and I think. Can't wait for y'all to see that. I think that would be hard.
Yeah.
He going in on that shit. So
I respect them boys.
Yeah.
You know, because 2 Chainz bringing around the Escobars and stuff, so I got to see them and vibe with them. So big ups to those youngers out there that's really eating. Because a lot of times I come up here, they up here, you know, working. Like, it's good work that
you just left when y'all was pulling up.
See, that's the thing. I don't people realize that they see these kids are just well known because they have made a name. Even though they're with y'all, I just think they work ethic got them to that.
Now you gotta have that though. Work ethic is number one. Like you could be the best rapper in the world and it'll hurt you because your work ethic ain't there. Like I've seen it many times. Like I think really that's the reason I'm here. Like yeah, I have talent, but I work hard.
We gonna sugarcoat it.
There's been days where I ain't.
Like, what's working hard to you? Working, how many projects? Like, can you explain a day to me where you had
like
a lot of projects?
I mean, for me, that's like a lot. So I freelance as well as work here. So we just say example for today. I've not done much today, but I started. I'm redoing the studio's website.
Okay.
So I just went upstairs. I designed pretty much the whole site. Now after you guys leave, I'm gonna get pictures of each room, do video, do a virtual tour, put that on the site. Okay. Then after that, I got some merch designs I gotta do, and a few album arts. And this morning I was editing too. We had we do this thing called The Study right next to Escobar on Peter Street every third Thursday. So I edited that this morning, did the website, on the 2 album covers and some merch designs today, and it's a light day.
And that's a light day.
Yeah. We done shot 4 videos in the day before.
At one location?
2. Yeah, but 1 we flipped like hell. We shot we shot Cat 1 video, a Bankroll Fresh video.
So Dolph though. So you never worked with Dolph when he came?
I worked with Dolph. I got I think some of my better videos is with Dolph. I think. I didn't do a lot of them with him. I did Forever with him and T.I.
Okay.
I think that one turned out pretty cool. Then I did one with him and Chainz, What Your Life Like. I did a lot of work with Dolph though. Like I think most of it was more on the graphic side though. Like, so I did some covers and merch and things like that. But I think I only directed maybe 4 videos with Dolph. Maybe 5.
How was it working? Did you go out to Memphis?
I fuck with Dolph. I traveled with him as well too. I never was his official cameraman, but I used to travel, get footage here and there. And then Ethan and Spence came along, and we did. That was after the Bulletproof project. Spencer shot the album cover for Bulletproof, and I met them, and they're super dope. And they kind of like became his day to day.
Okay.
On his visuals, and they did an amazing job. Like,
yeah. Shout out to Dolph Stoff. Still doing this thing.
But Dolph, like, I really got a lot of respect for Dolph.
Yeah, for sure.
Talented.
Oh yeah, hard working. Man, he doing it for the city.
A real one. He definitely.
That's what they say. I hear that a lot. So it must be true from different types of people saying that. It got to be true. Got to be true. So one other thing before we just talk about others, you did Pink Trap House. So
we worked on that. Yeah. How
was that idea? You could just give us a rundown. How that idea even came to you? Did you decide that it's going to be Pink?
I mean,
or
Pink was something that Change always definitely wanted to implement in that project. It's like, how do you take something as raw as trap music and make it kind of feminine? Like, it got to be a different color, and he always was strong on that pink. So it was like, we had mood boards down in the media room with just like pictures of just different ideas and stuff. And I think it may have been maybe over a month of just brainstorming, trying to come up with like, what is this going to be? Because we were trying to figure out the album cover at the time.
Got you.
And then Gucci Ghost, who's an artist, he's who actually did the cover.
Okay.
And kind of like, after those ideas came together, it's like, really it was Al. We were at the album release party. I'll never forget it. We was at the album release party in New York, and which was super dope. And he was like, man, I see it. Like, we got to make some shit in Atlanta. Like, literally the next day, me and Al was in Atlanta. We was getting a house on Howard Mill, and we was painting pink.
What?
The next day after leaving New York, like, we did that. He got it painted. I went up there, painted Trap on the front of it.
Yeah.
And that shit was like, we ain't know what it was going to do.
Turned up the city. Turned up a lot of people. People travel from out of town.
That shit is crazy.
To come to Pink Trap House.
And we just did it just to do it, to market the album. Like, I don't think we made no money off of it. We wasn't charging people to go in. It was just something.
Yeah, it was true. Because I went there, of course, and y'all wasn't charging. I was like, they ain't even charging for this. I was like, dang, they smart with the marketing.
I think that's the only thing we did. We did a paint and sip there that we charged for.
Okay.
But outside of that, it's just like, shit, just here to market music.
So, did you learn marketing before you got here, or?
I definitely learned marketing here.
What's your take on that, marketing and going viral? Because, I mean, that's important for artists, and they need to go viral. They need to have a lot of stream, a lot of views. So how do y'all, what's your, if you don't mind, you ain't got to give too much secrets, but you can give us a little sauce.
I don't really know what to say about marketing. I just think it has to be unique to whoever it's for. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything that we've done with our artists has either highlighted stuff that they're already great at, or, you know what I'm saying, just expanded upon what they could be. So it's like, I think as long as it's true to the person, and it's just done the right way. Like, I don't know, marketing is a hard thing to really put in a nutshell. Like, but I feel like if you do that, if you're true to what it is, like, it's gonna work. Like, even like with Pooh Shiesty, even things he do may not always be positive, but it's his character and it works, and it's catapulted him through the roof.
Yeah, there's a lot of different artists that be like, huh, what are you doing? But it makes sense on their part.
Stay true to themselves.
Yeah, y'all definitely are marketing geniuses. I think Al talked about that one time. Just
learning from them, though, it's been a great experience.
Who's been your mentor here? Do you have a mentor?
I don't know if I have a mentor. I probably should have had one. I probably would have been a little bit better. But Al is definitely great inspiration to me. I learn from him daily. I guess I wouldn't say he's my mentor, but I definitely learn a lot from him. DJ Techniques, learn a lot from him too. You know, they've been in the game for a long time. So just being around them made me better. You know, I picked up a lot, like, because I was around them every day. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know, but at the time when I was Travis Porter cameraman, Al was their road manager, and DJ Techniques was their DJ. And that was before that, and Tech is who, you know, and Al discovered 2 Chainz. But at the time, we was on the road every day, you know what I'm saying? So I was always around them and got to, like, pick up on what they, you know, the way they work, and they slick little geniuses on the low. Like,
right, right. That's
they're very good at what they do.
You said DJ technique is tech?
Tech.
For real?
You know that?
No. It makes sense. Technique, tech, street exec, tech.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to manage tech. That's how street execs officially started. Like, I don't know if you know the mixtapes back in the day when tech was a DJ. Those were street execs.
Okay, so now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because when he previously talked about DJ technique, I'm like, well, where is he now? I didn't know it was tech. So now it all,
He put up the ones and twos and put on his manager hat and
it was a smart move. Very smart move. Shout out to them boys. Shout out Street Execs, Al, Street Execs, Tech. Well, you just call them Tech. Big Tech. So, anything you got going on right now? So, because you don't even see yourself as successful as that. So, what would make you, okay, I made it? Because right now, you don't seem like you made it. But what would make you feel like, dang, wow, I really made it?
I think once I get a few projects off the ground on my own, I think, because a lot of things that I do have been for clients or, you know what I'm saying, just working with other people, but I've never worked on my own personal projects, really. Okay. So I feel like when I get time to really sit down and put some stuff together, I'm going to put it out. I know it's going to be hard, and I feel like, okay, I'm doing something. And just standing on my creativity and just seeing that I could touch more people, like, because when you do the things that I've done, it's like, you're not really going to get recognized. It's just like, you working on it, but at the end of the day, it's all 2 Chainz or all Dolph or whoever you work with, because they're the entity, they're the artists, they're, you know what I'm saying, what people come for. True. So I'm just helping, put that in play, but when I can help do that for myself, I feel like I probably... Like
what lane you want to do?
Definitely the film. Like I want to do movies.
Like around what type of category? Documentaries, reality, stories.
Just coming of age stories, really. I've got a lot of great stories already that I'm writing. I've touched on films like Take Over Your Trap, the Bankroll movie. I wrote that. That was like my first time trying to really do it, and from that, I've learned a little bit going forward, but I feel like I haven't really got to the point where I'm ready to do a full-fledged project. Like I just did another series, Pressure the series. I'm actually editing it right now, which will release in a few months. If you haven't seen Pressure, it's on YouTube. If you put in Pressure and Young Jock, it'll probably come up. Y'all see when he had the hair and shit. But that was like my first time trying to do, I guess that was kind of a project we worked on together here at Street Execs. It wasn't for an artist. Okay. We just did it as a film project, and we got 2 million views on it. And we was like, okay. So we doubled back around, and now we just did season 2. But that's kind of like, I don't know, got my gears turned. Like, dang, I might can really do this movie stuff. Like, right. I think that's the lane. I feel like
because I don't know if you realize this, but me working, because I do corporate videos, and it's a very different concept from music videos, corporate videos. Corporate videos, what I'm realizing, is very slow. Traditional. Music videos, I needed to pop. You got to keep my attention. Even though corporate, you need to keep my attention, but it's like, was that ever difficult for you, going from doing the pop videos, you were doing daily vlogs, so that may have helped you with commentary.
Yeah, a little bit.
You never had any issues, pretty much.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I had no issues. I feel like...
Ran any roadblocks?
I mean, I have. I feel like most of the stuff that I've done, though, has been in that music genre or that hip-hop genre, so it's been kind of, I ain't gonna say easy, but it's like, it's what I grew up on, so it's kind of natural. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel you on that. And one thing I saw that you did a world documentary. I didn't even know you did it at first when I saw it. I was like, dang, whoever did this did a good job, because I always like documentaries. You keep my attention the whole time like it's good. Because now I got ADHD. I be moving. But if I can sit and watch something, I'm like, man, it's good. So big ups to that, because I didn't know that until I listened to...
I mean, that just go with marketing. World is an artist from 4 Seasons. I don't know, a lot of people don't know about that, but like it's one of the last projects standing in Atlanta. So him really being from there, like shit, we had to show that, and I feel like that helped market the project. That's why we chose to do a little documentary.
That was smart, because it definitely got me, those are important when you're an artist, I think. Do you feel like if you are an artist out there that you should do that type of content versus just putting out videos?
Yeah, people gotta buy into who you are. You know what I'm saying? Ain't what better way to show them where you come from. Like, you'll gain people more if they can buy into you. Sometimes, I say. Because some artists, they just remain a mystery and that shit work for them. So it just, I mean, it depends. But me personally, in hip-hop, you gotta let folks know where you come from, what you stand on, what you about. The more content, the better.
That need to be said, because some people really feel like I gotta keep doing like music videos and putting them out. But it's kind of like you should do a day-to-day sometime.
I mean, so many different ways too. It's like you could just put out a music video. You could do other things. Like I do a lot of lyric videos right now.
Okay,
and that's something that I'm trying to get more into. But it's like I did a couple Pooh Shiesty lyric videos, but it's like you dropping a lyric video. If your song hot, you get 1 million views off your lyric video. Then you drop the blog, you get 1 million views off that. Then you drop the music video. Then you drop the audio with just the cover art. It's like that's all content. And it's all, instead of just putting out a video, you just multiplied your views ×5 by just dropping more stuff on the same song. It's like I feel like artists should never stop doing that. If you think you got a hot song, shit, make content to that bitch break. For real.
Forever. Keep that thing going.
Take a couple years to break. You know what I'm saying? But
keep that momentum going. That's a good point. Like because I do batch content where I call it batch content, where I get with corporate professionals and we shoot a lot, so they don't just have one video because they have a huge audience as well, and just showing them something one time isn't enough. No matter how much that one video may pop, it still isn't enough. Like you need to keep being in these people's faces in order to get the results that you truly want. That's the only part. You gotta do it. Ain't no way around that, for sure. Okay.
Them corporate joints, I think I might say I made it too. I'm trying to get me some commercials.
What? I'm surprised you ain't got none.
Yeah, soon come. It'll happen one day.
Oh yeah. Publishing. So these videos, whatever, I don't want to say whatever, out of respect, the videos, graphic design, the streaming now. Are you getting any publishing? No.
I never, not in the music, because a lot of stuff I've done is like for the label. So the way they work, they just buy it right out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I do cover art or anything, music videos always just paid out. They own it. Yeah. Dang,
okay. So it's not like producers who will receive a back-end check.
Producers are like 50% owners of the songs if they do they work right.
You don't think we 50% on of the visual, or no?
I would like to think so, but not always, because the song's already created.
Okay, just because of the song, but to the visual aspect.
I mean, it would. I think, yeah. I mean, it would be great if like those views we got a percentage on. I feel like that's something that needs to be talked about and maybe happen one day. It just hasn't been that way. It's like, actually, I'm in something right now where I'm talking to the people at YouTube, where it's like, I think I got either near or over 1 billion views from content I've created, but I can't post any of that on my page, so I wouldn't be able to ever get anything from it because I can't post it. Like I can't post a 2 Chainz video
that is true.
I don't own it. You know what I'm saying? So like, my YouTube is trash. I don't even have subscribers on. I don't even really use it, but content I've created is out there to the masses. Like, so I don't really know how that works. I've heard this conversation being brought up recently. So I mean, it's definitely something to talk about. Hopefully, we can figure that out. And
because
it's a little something because we work hard too.
Yeah.
People shoot them videos, the artists be gone. I'll still be edited 4 days later.
This ain't no push a button thing. You know what I mean? You got credit on it too.
Yeah, I mean, we do get compensated for it, so it's like maybe if we work our deals different, and we may not get paid for it on the front end, and we take the back end royalty.
That's something. Something.
It's definitely a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, because people are booming on YouTube, and that is monthly. That's monthly passive income.
If you're a smart creator, like something I wish I would have always did, because in the back of my mind I knew it, like to make a YouTube, but like Cole Bennett or like AZ. You said, who's that? You
said Cole Bennett? I thought you said it was a code.
No, Cole Bennett. It's like, he's one of the biggest directors, and it's because he built his own platform. Like, I don't know if Go look him up. It's like he had his own YouTube with millions of subscribers.
I think I know Cole.
Yeah. So he haven't, like, he broke pretty much any of the new age rappers. So it's like I have this YouTube where I already have subscribers.
Yeah.
I can post the stuff on my page from up and coming artists, make them pop, and now I'm the asset. So like what he did was so great, and I feel like he's getting paid from those on the front end and the back end because they're all on his page because it's his platform. So if you're a creator and you can build something like that, like that's the way to go. It ain't easy, but that's definitely the way to go because you own all the content.
Ownership. That's the thing, ownership.
Man, that's how you get them royalties. If you really don't.
Cause that's a good way to put it. Cause I mean, people really don't know. Like you don't know until someone tell you. Cause there's no content book. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you do during COVID?
We.
I mean, cause I was still working, definitely not heavy, but content was still needed.
Man, I got this video. I'm really him with Schoolie.
Yeah.
That's how we was doing in COVID. We shot through COVID.
Y'all shot.
But we was outside and it was like intimate crews, or it'd be like me, Schoolie, and a couple of people. At that time, I was working on Schoolie's project.
Okay.
So a lot of the videos at that time was shot in COVID.
Okay. So
like we got a dope ass shot of him downtown on MLK at night with no cars, no nothing, because nobody was outside.
Yeah.
So it's like shit, we took advantage of it.
Made it work.
I ain't really taking no break.
It's good, good. It's good that you still was working. That's why I say we're essential. I haven't met a content creator. I bring up COVID. It wasn't really a pandemic. It made it slow down for some, but people still were working.
Yeah, I feel like you had to. And even if you stuck in the house, like you're a content creator, you would have figured it out. You would have made something though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I kind of wish I would have stayed in the house a little bit longer, see what I could have came up with. I never went inside.
I about to say, can you stay inside? Can you stay still? Can you stay inside? I know I can't.
Laptop,
yeah, if I got work to do.
yeah, my laptop. But nah, it'd be hard.
Me too. I like moving. I love what I do.
Yeah.
So it just be fun. It's like a kid, like just waking up, just going out playing with their friends all day. Like going to the playground.
It ain't no job. Like I'm at work right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So anything you want to leave content creators out there?
Just try to create daily. Be open to collaborations. I think like we ain't in competition with each other. I think it's great for us to learn from each other, just bring shit together and just grow. And being that said, like if y'all want to work with me, I'm definitely here at Street Exec Studios looking for good content creators. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot of work, so if you dope, shit,
Hey,
I'm here.
Hey, hit them up, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We go ahead and head out. Make sure y'all follow my boy. What's your IG?
H.Ross. That's HDOTROSS.
Alright, y'all know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, and make sure you subscribe. Alright, y'all, we out.